But I think like the most valuable part about it is that you get to interact with a professor that's in a way that's unlike a written evaluation that we always have to do at the end of the quarter. It shows that like a professor actually cares. You know, I mean, like when you're writing a impersonal evaluation of a professor's, you know, teaching style, who knows if he actually reads it or she actually reads it and cares about what's your evaluation. But when you're face to face and you have to, you know, in some cases be bold about what you feel about their class, and they have to be bold back with you and say, well, you know, it's a valuable point, but I'm not going to change it, you know, because I feel like this is important to my class, and it's my class, basically. And to know that, as he was talking about, the impact that it's had through the faculty, and knowing that I was semi-involved in working in a way that changed his style, and then consequently changing other teachers' professors' styles, is valuable, because then all other psych students get to enjoy the same sort of process that I went through in more of a indirect way.
I know one comment that the students made that was kind of interesting was that this was a lot more work than a lot of the other 5-credit classes that they were taking. There was maybe 8 credits worth of work, but it was never said in a way that the students were complaining, because there was a logic to each step of it, and you know, there was a big picture, and I think that's important, and maybe a little bit more difficult with the block syllabus, but to lay out the big picture. I don't think students care day to day to know where they're going, but they do like to have the major deadlines, and they do like to see that there's some flow, there's some continuity. And so, again, I would be willing to bet that half the class said, my God, this is a lot of work, but it's fun in a twisted kind of way, because the parts played off one another so well.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. It's probably one of the hardest classes I've ever taken, but I've learned so much. Like, I've actually retained it, you know. Classes that are just, you know, test, boom, 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 I leave it and I have no idea, you know, what I learned or what I've taken from it. But a class that interacts and has 3 or 4 different assessment methods, you know, it gets you really in-depth in the material. And I think that was the most valuable part about it.